Tempers appear to be running high as Liberians go to the polls to decide who steers the affairs of the nation for the next 6 years. 20 presidential candidates have thrown their hearts in the ring, including incumbent President George Opongwe, who is seeking re-election. Moyo Thomas has more in this report.
2023 elections for the people of Liberia seem to have set their hearts on the election, being the one to decide the fate of the nation. This is because the optimism with which they elected the current president and former football star, George Weah, to take over from the first female elected president of the West African country seem to have waned. Many have at different times registered their disappointment at the increasing corruption, high cost of governance, and economic downturn of the country, which they put down to bad economic decisions. His main opposition, former Vice President Joseph Boakai, has promised to establish war crimes courts that many citizens clamor for, unlike President Weah that's not in support of such courts. Liberia suffered a setback due to the 1989 and 2003 wars, which was further exacerbated by the Ebola outbreak between 2014 and 2016. This makes peace in this election period very sacrosanct. 2024 will be the second civilian handover of power in Liberia. The elections, which started slowly, are so far progressing peaceably. Nigeria's former President Jonathan Goodluck, a member of the West African Elders Forum, is on an observation and mediation mission in Liberia. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
Joining me now is Deputy Information Minister for Press and Public Affairs, Republic of Liberia, Jarlawah Tonpo. Thank you for talking to us on the world now. There have been reports of violence and killings in the days leading to this election. What's the mood and security situation in Liberia on election day?
I'd like to thank you for reaching out to me. And I first of all like to register that your intro was, I don't see the truth in the intro that Joseph Boakai has promised to establish war crime quota when he's been supported by a warlord or two warlords. So many warlords are behind him. So I don't know where you got your intro from that you said that Joseph Boakai has promised to establish a war crime court in Liberia. It is the president, George Weah, the incumbent president, who has always opted for such. And it is only left with the Liberian people through the legislature to give him that approbation, to give him that authority to establish the war crime code. So at no point in time that Joseph Boakai has ever said that when he has Prince Johnson, who slaughtered a sitting president in the Republic of Liberia and displayed the footage to the world. So he can never be brave to talk about establishing war crime code. So that was the first thing I need to register to you that your intro was misleading.
Mr. Tonpo, what's the security situation like today on election day?
So I can safely say to you that the security situation is very, the security is in charge. The security apparatus is in charge. Elections is ongoing. We have a very huge turnout. We have a very, very huge turnout, and the president voted not about 2 hours ago. He, along with his wife and his son and some of his followers, at the place, the Trinidad Elementary School, where he has registered. So yes, the process is ongoing. So far, so good. It's been observed by international community, by ECOWAS, like you also said, by our good friend, former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan is also in the country. So the process is so far so good, peaceful, and the process is being observed with a huge turnout. I can say this is a resounding call that yes, the people have given President Weah that leverage, and they are giving him that opportunity to be re-elected. And President Weah has called for peace. He has called for everybody to exercise a democratic right to participate in the process, as he has done, participated in the process. So yes, so far so good. The security is in charge. I can safely say to you that we are in charge, and there is so much more besides the election, the pre-campaign the pre-campaigning process, there was, some other, situation that occurred, but the security have taken charge of it.
I believe the process is ongoing, and then we have a comprehensive overview of what transpired after this exercise. But your principal as main challenger has based his campaign on the slogan rescue. His position is that the West African nation went downhill during President Weah's first 6 years in office. I know you may disagree, but the fact that this election is fiercely contested also speaks to how largely divided people in Liberia are. Is that correct?
Liberia elections have always been contested, even from the day of Charles Taylor. When you remember when Charles Taylor in 2003, when we should have had the first democratically elected president after Charles Taylor, when the late Charles Walter Bronsky entered Monrovia, there was a huge turnout. Then after the late Bronsky, when he challenged Charles Taylor, that elections was not held because of the war. And then we came to 2005. In 2005, it was hugely challenged. President Weah and the CDC-led government, and the current CDC-led government challenged. They went to the pool and challenged then President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who succeeded herself in 2011. So it has always been a contested pool when it comes to Liberia democratic process. So yes, our process have always been contested, and it has never been on silver platter. Before you are elected to the presidency, you must demonstrate the willpower of the people. The people willpower must must be given to you. So it has always been a contested pool, and not only this particular process, but this particular process, I can safely say to you that because of what George Weah has done, because of his initiative, because this is a man that they thought because he came from the football field, he wouldn't have done what he has done. And so they thought they would just override him. But George Weah has demonstrated to the world that he can lead the Liberian government, he can lead the Liberian people. And so the people who has given him the mantle, and they are giving him that second mantle to complete so many process or projects that he has started. And so George Weah is winning on the first round, and there will be no second round not to waste taxpayer money. So George Weah, I can safely say, with confidence, without any fear of worry, George Weah will win this process that we are going to. Will win this process that we are going to. Yes, I can safely say. So, like you said, as to whether the process, this process is contested, it has always been contested.
You sound a lot like the election is concluded already, but we'll wait to see how it goes in Liberia.
Because
Jarlawah Tonpo, that's our time. Deputy Information Minister for Press and Public Affairs. Thank you for talking to us this hour.
It's my pleasure, and I hope that you follow us.